Hello guys, it's Craig from fixitfallows. I'm in the garage again today and I'm with this bike here. This bike here is a Canyon Spectral, full carbon fibre. It's got a SRam running gear, drivetrain, and it has DT Swiss wheels, and to hold the wheel in the front fork, and the front fork is a Rockshox pike, nice bit of kit. It uses Rockshox Maxle, which is Rockshox thru axle. And I'm going to show you how you can adjust that, the axle that is, or the Maxle as they call it, so that you can get your quick release lever part of the axle or Maxle in the most desirable position, which in my opinion is upright, parallel to the fork, rather than sticking forwards at 90 degrees or down to the ground where it can get caught on all sorts of things and get pulled loose. I'll show you how to adjust it, and it is really simple. Right, okay, so here we are with the pike fork and the Maxle thru axle. So if I pull the lever up like that and then rotate it around, I can then pull the thru axle out like so. So there is the threaded end of the thru axle, which locates into that side of the fork, the threaded part there. And on this end you have the quick release mechanism. So in an ideal world you would put your thru axle or your Maxle through, tighten it up to a certain amount by hand, and then engage the quick release lever there for the final tightening. And when the lever is in that position, it would be parallel in an upright position with the fork. But what often happens is that the axle is not adjusted, and when you tighten it up and engage the lever there, the only way to engage it in a fully tight position would leave the lever at some sort of strange axle, either 90 or there, but not there. So Rockshox has designed in a way of adjusting it, and it is really simple, and I'll show you now how to do it. So let me first unadjust this one, because this one is working correctly. I think it's best to illustrate it not working. So I'll just put the camera there. I'm just gonna fudge this for a moment off shot so you don't see the magic. Okay, so here we are with the bike. I've got the bike upside down, as you can see. Now I've put the skewer or axle, Maxle, whatever you want to call it, is in. And as you can see, the quick release lever now is in the locked position. The axle is tight, but the lever is pointing down like this. So let's say, and also you'll notice that on the body of that quick release bit there is a white line. Now when we take this axle out, you see that white line will correspond with a number on the main body of the axle, and the numbers go around the axle from 1 to 12. So we will see what number we relate to when we take that out, but fundamentally we need to rotate this lever around to here. So if we're looking at this in this position with the bike upside down, let's say that that's in the 10 o'clock position, and we want to bring this lever around to the 6 o'clock position. So in my mind, if that's 10 o'clock and we want to get round to 6 o'clock, we've got to move that 4 places, 4 numbers. So I'm going to take this out, and whatever number this line relates to, I am going to move it anti-clockwise 4 numbers and see how it lines up. So here we are, there's the white line, and it is correlating to the number 10. Just so happens that it also relates to the sort of arbitrary measuring system that I created when I said the lever was at 10 o'clock. It's actually at number 10. So let's move this round, what did I say, rotate it anti-clockwise. So in this case, rotating it anti-clockwise would be actually adding numbers on. So it will go 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So I'm going to move it around to the 2. So that's so to do that, place it down on a hard surface. I push down on the body until it cannot be compressed anymore, and I rotate it round to the number 2. So there we are, my line now marries up with the number 2, and let's try fitting that and see how that fares. So back up to the bike, put the axle through. Just got to try and lift up the wheel a little bit so it sits in nicely. There we go. There we go, it's in. Rotate that around. Sorry about my camera work here. I'm trying to do it with one hand. There we go. So we rotate that around. We're in the open position. And now that is tight. I would say we need to go one more click. One more click, I think. Because that's not as tight as it could be. When it's fully locked, I can still turn that by hand. Just about. So I'm going to try one more click, so let's take that out. So as you can see, we're still on the number 2. I'm going to move it to the number 3 and see how we get on. So I'll just do that, 1 second. Okay, I've moved that on 1 click. The line is now on the number 3. The axle is only numbered even numbers, but you see there's marks in between each even number, so that's number 3. Let's put that back in. The wheel just needs a bit of a lift. I need an assistant, you know. There we go. Let's put that through. The threads have engaged, and I do it up to about there, and then I engage the locking mechanism. Yeah, that feels lovely. That feels just about spot on. The wheel rotates nice. The lever is parallel to the fork. That won't turn on its own unless I release it. It's all good. So there you are. There is your Rockshox Maxle through axle adjusted. Really quite simple. I've probably made a right pig's ear of explaining it, but hopefully you get the gist. That's it for this video. Check out some of my other stuff that I've done before. Be sure to, well, if you did like it, hit the thumbs up, and please subscribe and make sure you get notifications so that you can see when my next video comes out. Thank you once again very much for watching, and I shall see you soon.